Kuwait's generous humanitarian contributions to Gaza reflect the deep empathy and solidarity of Kuwaiti people towards those in need during times of crisis and conflict. Today we have one of the heroes of the medical team that went to Gaza, Dr. Mishal Al Jassar, neurosurgeon and neuroscientist. It's really an honor, Dr. Mishal, to have you with us. I'm really honored. All the Kuwaitis are honored by the heroes like your team.
Thank you very much, Farid. Thank you for your kind invitation. And first of all, I have to say, Alhamdulillah, this is our second mission to Gaza to aid our brother, the Palestinian brother. And I have to thank the Kuwait Society for Relief, who have done an excellent organizations for the first and the second mission to Gaza to help to the medical aid.
I want you to provide an overview of the diverse specialties and expertise represented within the medical team that was deployed in Gaza. But before that, Dr. Mishal, definitely our condolences to our brothers and even the non-governmental organizations and teams such as you, like the Australians, definitely. Weren't you afraid, honestly?
Yes, we are. I cannot say that we are not afraid, but our humanitarian soul, that's why we get into medicine from the beginning, drive us to help anyone who needs help, whether we are in Kuwait or somewhere else around the world. And that's the big drive for ourselves, to save people's lives. And maybe during the interview I will mention some stories that derive us, and you will, at the end of this story, you will tell me that this is really this is a way that force you to go there and help again and again. And
definitely. So give us an overview of the specialties and expertise represented within the medical team that was deployed to Gaza.
Yes. So for our second mission to Gaza is the Kuwait Society of Relief have chosen a neurosurgeon, myself, and a spine surgeon, two general surgeon. This time there was an emergency doctor, two of the ER doctors help us during that mission. We have also maxillofacial anesthesiologist, an ICU nurses, and an ER nurses. So it was a very good teamwork during our second mission.
So it was like a complete team.
Yes.
Destruction, devastation witnessed in Gaza since the conflict began. How has impacted the lives of the residents, and how would you describe that, big catastrophe?
That's right. So the big destruction happened is the displacement of Palestinian from their home to flee to somewhere else in the southern, exactly, to the southern of Gaza. Exactly. Yeah. So people who left from the north, they left their home, their places, coming, they're trying to seek for a place where they can think it's safe for them. And they build up a little camp and tent around the hospital, or the European hospital of Gaza, where we worked during that mission, and also around Rafah area. But unfortunately, a lot of Palestinians saying that we have to displace our position, even not just twice, 3 times and 4 times during that war. So they have to move every time they hear a bomb, and they could not find any place where they think it's safe.
Insecurity.
Very insecurity, that's correct.
So can you share some of the challenges and obstacles the medical team faced while operating in war-torn area and genocide taking place in Gaza?
Yes. The biggest challenge is the collapse of the health system and how to overcome that collapse of the health system. The health system, not just the manpower or the nurses, but also the equipment, the supplies, is all of that is being destructed and in other words, it's gone.
So it's like you digging a wall with your own hands.
Correct. And so all of that things to overcome this collapsed health system, it's a huge challenge, and I don't think so. One mission or two mission will build up this collapse of the health system. I think it requires years to rebuild that system, and that's a huge challenge, I think, for the medical doctors and nurses, as well as others who can just provide supplies to Gaza.
Dr. Mishal, never mind, I just want to ask you some personal.
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Kids?
Yes.
Definitely, God bless your parents. They are alive, right?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, weren't you concerned? Weren't they concerned? Honestly. And I know, especially the day you stepped out of the house to the airport, I mean, tell us a little bit about that. What's the family concern?
Yes, well, that's a very good question, and at the same time, it's my personal challenge, I have to say.
Exactly,
and
that's a good way of putting it.
And they are with me all the time, but it's at the same times, how can I say it? It's they have no choice sometimes.
They know your job.
They know, yeah, exactly. They know that I'm a health worker. I'm a doctor. This is why I choose to go to medicine, to help people, whether here in Kuwait,
or
like
outside.
As a neurosurgeon, we have on call 24 hours. We save lives during the night and during the day, as well as some other part of the world. So when I tell them I have to go back, I have to go again to Gaza to help them, there is at the beginning exactly there's an inside feeling of rejection. At the same times, they want me to go and help, so there's a conflict between them, and it is difficult, honestly, to convince them.
Definitely, they are proud.
They are very much.
We all Kuwaitis are proud of you and your colleagues, definitely.
Yes. So, well, I have to be honest. Is my second mission to Gaza. I did not tell my parents at the beginning, but they find out when I was there, and I put them in a situation that they are difficult to say anything, and definitely their hand was on their heart until I came back.
It's a credit for them that they raised you, and you've done this masterpiece, honestly. Tell us about the team collaboration with the local healthcare professionals and organizations to ensure effective and coordinated care for the patients there in Gaza.
Yes. So for the second mission, we try to collaborate and communicate with other humanitarian delegations. That mission, our colleagues, the ER doctors, try to build a tent just outside the hospital, triaging the patients who's coming to the hospital, and see whether some Palestinian people require to be an inpatient with a huge injury, or they can be dealt as an outpatient.
So it's like preliminary assessment.
Exactly. And this way it has reduce the load or the impact on the hospitals, like walking into the hospitals. And that was a very good way to build.
So how is the people of Gaza, the kids, the parents, the teenagers, were they talking to you? And what's their let's say response when they saw you, saw the Kuwaiti teams?
Yes.
Touring, coming, a trip after another.
Yes. As soon as we arrived, there was a big smile on their face.
Allah.
They think that this is they win, and they're super happy. But as soon as we get into our buses, going back to the residence or going back, they feel so.
The sorrow.
Yes, exactly. And it's a psychological support as well as practical support, and that's how we were there.
So, do you have any memorable moments?
Well, yes, I can say that there is a good memory I had, but also at the same time there was a very horrible memories.
So give us the good one.
The good one. The good one, it's a combination of the first and the second mission to Gaza.
Okay.
So in my last day, or the day before last, in the first mission of Gaza,
Okay.
there was one lady came after a bomb and head injury. So she went to the, they took her to the emergency department. One of my colleagues called me saying, Dr. Mishal, we need you there. There's a patient who's looking very, very in a coma type of way. So I saw her, asked for an urgent CT, found a huge amount of bleed, compressing her brain. I have to take her to the emergency, to the ER, to the operating room, did a craniotomy and evacuate the blood. After a day from the surgery, I have to fly back to Kuwait. That's my first mission. And I was...
You need to complete your
it
procedure.
I did the procedure.
Finished
the procedure.
Okay.
She went to the intensive care unit,
Okay.
but she's still in a semi-coma kind of pictures. She's still waking up from this pressure, huge pressure of the blood in the brain. So I have to be in contact with the doctors. I left to Kuwait 3 weeks after. We went back to Gaza. And it was May 1st when I was sitting in the clinic seeing all the patients. The doctors over there told that patient, your doctor who saved your life is sitting in the clinic. She came with a big smile on her face saying thank you, walking in. I could not recognize her because of all the injuries at that time. But then I saw my surgical site and I saw her. So it was a huge, exactly. So this is a saving life. And this way, deriving is again and again, going there to save lives. And that's how...
No matter how many times you go there, you still always have this energy in you to go there and save lives.
Correct. Correct.
That's really, that's very noble, Dr. Mishal. Honestly, we are speechless, you know, honestly, when we see Kuwaiti teams. And we are not only from the other side, we are really proud. Yes, I'm proud. My home folks, you know, going into the war zone, and I know rockets are flying here and there, and definitely it's not something safe, but definitely you have a lot of stories to tell your kids about this adventure.
That's right. It is an adventure.
Let's go. What are some of the, if we want to talk about, what are some of the most harrowing scenes or moments you have personally witnessed in Gaza? Definitely you've seen a lot of, you know, you hear a lot of bombing, you see buildings collapsing and human being, you know, shredded into pieces. So give us a little bit of that, you know, impression.
Yes, Farid. The last 2 nights that we spent in our second mission to Gaza, there was a huge amount of bomb around our residence. The sky turned to an orange in the night because of the bomb and the loud. The loud of this bomb, it was shaking the windows and our residence where we're staying. That night, our team leader, Mr. Umar Al-Thwaini, asked us, there must be a lot of people from Palestine who get injuries secondary to that bomb, and we have to go to the hospital just beside our residence. We took our backpack and walked on the sand, walking in the middle of the night, going to that hospital, and we saw a devastating number of people who just get into the hospital in a death and they die. And there's a lot of people who got injured, and we have to do the suturing and help them.
So you saw a wave of bodies.
Oh, huge wave of body, and people who are crying, just witnessing their families who passed away.
That scene you'll never forget.
And I can't forget that, and it had a huge impact on ourselves, even when we came back to Kuwait. Yes.
So tell us about that a little bit.
Like even the first two.
You dream?
Exactly. So the first 2 days when I come back to Kuwait, I have to wake up middle of the night and just, whether I am still in Rafah or in Kuwait, hearing the bomb. If I hear anything, I am not sure is that a bomb or something else.
Yeah, it reminds you.
And exactly, have a...
Dr. Mishal, definitely it's a journey we are all proud of, and definitely, you know, Kuwaiti doctors setting the record straight, you know, to everybody and to all the world. Definitely, we are proud. Any message, any last message, doctor, you want to say? This is your camera and this is your time.
The simple message is the Palestinian brother needs you. Don't give up. Gaza needs you now more than before. You can help them whatever you can, even with word. Just they need to know you are beside them. Their voice has been heard around the world, and keep hearing their voice. And just ask God to help them, and that's basically the simple message to the world.
Definitely, great thanks to you. You are our hero, one of the heroes, you know, of the Kuwaiti heroes who went to Gaza, and we are proud of you, Dr. Mishal Al Jassar. Thank you.
Thank you, Farid. Thank you very much.
Dear viewers, that was Dr. Mishal Al Jassar, neurosurgeon and neuroscientist, one of the medical team that went to Gaza Strip. And next we'll go for the following report. Dr. Sanaz Shavzand takes us to learn about some information that answers some medical questions about oral health. So let's watch this report.